for today. So yeah, last Thursday we discussed about like class-based views, right? How we can see that. So there was some issue with that. So what I means like I've given the module name as well as the class name. That's what the error we're getting. So I'll just show you that today and just we'll go with the next topic. Studios. So it's recording. Yeah, fine. We'll open up new window. Yeah. Hello. Hmm. ఓకే మా చూసి చెప్తాను మళ్ళీ అది. Okay, where is that? Where is this? Yeah, okay, where is that views? Yeah, see. So here I've given the this view name, the digital view name. So I've just given the same class name. So that's what is the error we're getting. So I just change it later. Okay, let's start CD. So what is that? SLP. Sorry. Oh, this is PowerShell. Okay. Command prompt. Let me close everything. So it is some issue with that. Terminal. Oh, no terminal. Just open command prompt. Yeah. Okay. Fine. CDSLP scripts activate dot bat. Okay, fine. Come back. Series start. Okay, let's start the server for now. Python manage.py run server. So HTTP local student details. Yeah, this is the one I guess. Okay, so I just click on I need the student details here. So now this one. So when I just clicking on this update details, you were getting error, right? So as well as delete also. So now see it is opening up. So there, if you want to how many like fields you want to update means we can just give the values name. So here, suppose in the update details, where is that? Here, I just given only one field, right? Suppose if you want to change other names, email or like your last name, first name, you can just specify the field names here. So you can see directly here. So, but how it is working? So for creation as well as the update, taking the same forms, that is taking the same HTML forms. But how it is working means the main difference is here. Here, see for creation, so how many fields? We are taking like 4 fields, but update is taking only field, but it is coming like connecting to the same one form, this one only. One is HTML only, this form under form.html only. But how means, yeah, based on these fields only, guys. So based on these fields, it is connecting to that. So whenever you just call this function, call function class, the student update class, it will trigger to this HTML. So here in this form object, it will create, so it will call only one field as like 2 fields. So how many fields you are going to present here? This one. So that's why we are getting only this one students percentage. So later, if for your purpose, if you want to add one more thing, just add here email or something like that. Just see, verify that like how many fields we are getting here to update. So now click on, so now I want to update this one. So to 100 for my like a student 3, this one, student 3 record ID, click on create. See, this one is updated. It was like 98.6. Now it is successfully. So now if you want to delete any last record, so any record, so I just want to delete this one only. Just click on student detail. See, now it is asking the prompt. So whether you want to delete or not. So okay, just click on confirm. Okay. Okay, CSF token. Okay, sorry guys. That was I told you, but I forgot to add that. Okay, let's see. It's confirm detail. This one in this HTML, I need to add that CSR. Sorry, days. Sorry, that. Okay, fine. Confirm. Okay, it is going again the same error. Okay, that's fine. Now just click on, okay, request verification failed because request aborted. Just to stop the server and just refresh it again. Let's go back to the main page. What happened to my laptop today? Student list, just go back here, click on delete student. It is asking confirm. Okay, see now it is deleted successfully because of the CRS token is missing. That's why we are getting error. So now it is fine. So this is how we can work. So because of that small issue, we are facing like we're scratching our heads like anything. So this one. So like now we are learning one lesson, right? So from now onwards, if you're creating any model name, just avoid that any name. So just don't give the same model name. You can just give any other names here for details or update, create anything. So don't use the same model name for your class-based views. So this is our project, guys. So this is our complete CSV. So the next topic is, where is that? That is called cookies, guys. Cookies as well as this session management. So what it is? Suppose if you hit any website, suppose, let me open any other website here just normally. So Stack Overflow, just take this one. Okay, Stack Overflow. See, here it is not asking any cookies. Why? Because it already accepted the cookies. Suppose if I just open incognito mode, if I just hit the same URL, this one, here it will prompt you to ask some cookies. See this one. How we are getting this? This is the cookies. Why cookies means? Suppose if you hit any URLs, that means any APIs, the what is that? The cookie ID will be deleted after when you close. Suppose, let me open that. Another thing, guys. So I didn't want to create confusion. So let me open that PPT and explain you that. So first of all, let's discuss about what is cookie, and then we'll show up that one. So Django. Come down there, you can see, yeah, session management. So this is the code operations for CSV. Okay, that's fine. So now this is the session management. So waterfall, first of all, you've just seen that what is cookies, right? Okay, I'll just discuss about that later. Okay, first see this one. What is session management? So HTTP is a stateless protocol. So what it is a stateless protocol means HTTP, first of all, what it is means, see, if you see any website, it will be starts with only HTTP or HTTP. You can see this one, right? So earlier days, it was starting only with the HTTP. So to secure purpose, they simply added one is S, that is called secured. So this HTTP, it is a stateless protocol. So without that HTTP, you can't design, or like if you want to connect any website, it's not possible. So it is a stateless protocol. If a protocol is stateless, means the server does not maintaining continuous connection. Suppose, now take this example only, the one, this application, the one which you created right now. So if I just click on 4 means till here, when I'm clicked on 4 and it is opening this page, right, the connection from previous page, from this student list page to this page, the connection is going to disconnect for every view. When I click on this one, after few seconds, the connection will be timed out. Suppose not this one, just take some other examples like any website. IRCTC, just take IRCTC. After 5 or 10 minutes, it will ask you to prompt whether you want to reconnect the same IRCTC or like you want me to like sign out or expire. So that is called session management or cookies. So based on that, the application works. The connection timeout. Suppose if you don't do anything on that website, it will leave like this. So it will prompt you to ask. So whether you want me to connect will be present on the same website, or you want me to refresh, or like you want me to disconnect. So that is called session management, or as like cookies, we can call it. So here, if protocol is stated means the server does not maintaining continuous connection. So if there is no socket connection alive, that means connection between us and the application, the socket is destroyed every time. The socket means just like a session ID, or is like any cookie ID, it could be. So every time the server sends a response back. This because of this socket, it will send the response every time, whether you will hit the application or not. So this is this diagram. You can just understand this easily. Sorry, this one. See. Oh, sorry, it is going. Okay, let me drag it till here. See now, see this is the client. This means we self, and server means this is our application. This application, right? So whenever I send the HTTP request, that means when I just click on that, what is happening? It is going back to the server and it is sending some information. That means this one. So when I just click on here, it is doing something, right? This is opening some other HTML pages. So this is called sending. If you just click on something and it is going, that is like a HTTP request. And if you are getting the response, that is called HTTP response again. So this one, the connection here between these two will be present on this socket, or else like HTTP, or else like cookies. Based on these things only, the connection will be present for each and every view, or else like any URLs. So here, for every response, socket will create a new connection. That means it has short-term memory loss, guys. So suppose when I just click on this one, suppose here I just click on that. Now socket will just make connection. After a few seconds, it will destroy that connection. That means you don't have any connection with the application server and your client. So that time, so we have to manage this session. So because of socket, it will alive when you just click on any URL. That time only after a few seconds, it will destroy. So it will only for one views at a time. That's it. That time. So to overcome this problem, they have come up with this session as well as the cookies. So based on that, it will never lose the connection at all. See now, the difference now. See in here, in this normal browser, it is not asking any cookies. But when I hit the same Stack Overflow, it is asking cookies. Why? Because this is incognito, right? So this one, I never accepted the cookies. But here, I accepted the cookies. That's why. So sometimes the cookies depends on the client, like how many years they want to alive. That means the connection. Whenever I hit any application, it will never ask the cookies. So it will open the same web browser again and again without any connection aborted or like connection disconnected. So this is about just normal session management. So this one next topic is session tracking. We'll just do all these things once we complete this theory. See, first of all, what is session tracking? What it all? Session tracking is a technique used in the web application to remember user data across multiple requests. See here, whenever I just hit this Stack Overflow, if I just click on anything here, if I just click on anything, see, it is not asking me any cookies on all. Every time it is opening the application successfully. Why? Because this one accepted all the cookies. To see that cookies whether is accepted or not, just go to any browser. Just like click on inspect. After these two arrows, right? Just here, click on application here. Just click on application. Here you can see the cookies. So these are the cookies, whichever I just whenever I hit any URL, just means this URL, this URL, this one, the same like this one only. See here. Here we have only multiple, right? See here for this go back, this URLs every time, right? You just see at the bottom you can see that different URLs. It is changing the same way. This one for this one also you see at the bottom it is changing that for different URLs. So these are the just normal. What is that? One second. That is called. Okay, one connection. Sorry, one connection or one request. So each thing is a one request and one URL. So whenever I hit on anything, you see the cookies are also automatically changing that. But it is not prompting me to ask, like to accept the cookies and all. Okay, for this one it is asking me. So why? Because it has a new thing, I guess. Okay, see, now this one is completely different application, not Stack Overflow. See, that's why it is asking me to accept the cookies. So previous one, it is not accepting. So this is the advantage with the cookies. So it will read the complete user data and it will be present. Like sometimes if we want to delete the cookies, whenever you close the browser and the cookies should delete means, so there is some option. So we have different methods for that. If you want for a new person who hit their application, first time we will set the cookies. So if you want while closing, so every time the user hit the same application, it might to ask the cookies means we don't delete, suppose like we'll delete the cookies. But if you don't want to delete anything, and if you how many times the user hit the same Stack Overflow, it is not supposed to ask the cookies every time. It will just store the complete user details in the browser cookies itself. Now let's see like what are the things how we can do that. So first of all, just see what is this one. Session tracking. Session, first of all, session means just like a normal how we can say our session also just like suppose while taking almost 1 hour, right? The session means the same way here. How much time I just opened that application, that is called session. So session tracking is a technique used in web application to remember user data across multiple requests. So the multiple requests, the same URLs if I hit something. Since HTTP is stateless, the server doesn't retain user information between requests. See, the server doesn't retain means in Telugu can I say అదేమంటే తెచ్చుకోవడం అంట రిటైన్ సేమ్ ఐపీఎల్ ప్లేయర్స్ని ఎలా తెచ్చుకుంటారు రిటైన్ చేసుకోమని అలాగా సో డజంట్ రిటైన్ మీన్స్ యూజర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ తెచ్చుకోలేదు సో యూజర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ డజంట్ బిట్వీన్ రిక్వెస్ట్ సో సెషన్ హెల్ప్ tracker user activity so using these sessions we can just again hit if you hit multiple things it will never forget the cookies or like sessions so it will never disconnect the connection between you and the server so this is about session only. So now let's see how we can create these things. See, so we don't prefer this way. First of all, we don't prefer this one, but we should know these things. So instead, we use session API support Django has. We'll just use this one. So when user request comes in, see, whenever I open this request, right? So it will travel to the server and it will give some response. So this one. So whenever user request comes in, if we use the Django session API by simply using request.session, so they will create in the backend process. So whenever user click on anything in the backend, some process will happen. That means it will store the cookies. So the Django server internally will create unique session ID. We'll see that and like where it will store as. We will send this as ID as a cookies. We call it as cookies. Sometimes the client browser, that is the one, my browser, this one, the browser disabled cookies session. The Django server will fall back to URL rewriting and where it will append the session ID to every URL in the application. Let me show you that. Suppose now just open this browser in the incognito mode. Just try to hit this one, the same URL. See, on the end here, you just see, remember, see, here we have star right here. Just in this, see, just observe. See, there is one more, right? This one, if I just, there is no some option like disable the cookies. Okay, now it is showing like third-party cookies are blocked. The same way here, see here. See this point, what I'm just talking about. See, sometimes the client browser disabled cookie session. Sorry, where is that browser? This one, see, this one is blocked. I'm not accepted the cookies, right? That's why. So now what it will do means it will, the Django server, we are using Django, might be this application might use Spring, that is Java, some other applications. So the Django server or like that, their server will fall to URL rewriting. That means it will use the URL, this one. It will never use any cookies, just simply they will fall under this URL. Now you can just access this application until if you just click on accept all cookies. See here, where it will append the session ID. It will add the session ID to every URL in the application. See here, somewhere it might be there. If you don't see that one, you can just click on right click, inspect. Just go to your application. See here, cookies. These are the values. After that, URLs are somewhere this way. I'm unable to expand this one. Okay, that's fine. So after this URLs, we have this IDs. It will be present. So this one will be refresh every time. They will give some timing. So every time if you want to refresh the cookie IDs and anything, so we will do that also. So this is called session UID. You can see at the top here, you can see the UID, which has created right now because this in this cognitive mode, I didn't accept the cookies. That's why it is creating one UID for this blog, for this URL. For this one, go to this one here. Here ID accepted the cookies, right? That's fine. Okay, let's verify that also. Just go to this network application. See here, do you see any UID? No, right? See, I don't see because you already accepted the cookies. That's why. So see this point. Now you will get something. Sometimes the cloud browser disabled the cookies. The Django server will fall back to the URL rewriting and where it will append the session ID. That is called UID. It has created to every URL in the application. This is called session tracking or sessions or like cookies, guys. Just see this browser. You will understand. See, from web client. That means we are ourselves, and this is the web browser. Just like your any manabuddies.com. So just to get the result. So whenever you just enter the hall ticket number, if you just click on enter, it will go back to the new HTTP request. And while coming back your result, it will call with the cookie also. So it is coming HTTP request along with the cookie name. So whenever if you just click on cookie, again it will come back the response with the cookie. So this is what happens in the backend. So we'll just see these things also. So how we can create these things? So we have three methods, guys. In our Django sessions, sorry, in Django request, we have three things. One is called here. Cookie supports. In this lesson, we are going to learn different cookie function that is called set test cookie. This one always works with the whenever you open any URL newly, that time only it will set the cookie. And this one, if we want to test, suppose whether the cookie is created or not, we can use this function. Most of the times we don't use this one. So only test set cookie and delete cookie sometimes if you want to. So this incognito mode, what they will do means they will use this thing, this one, delete test cookie. Suppose if I hit the same URL every time after accepting the cookies also, it will ask the same frame prompt, like accept the cookies. Why? Because this browser will delete all the cookies and it will prompt you to again ask accept the cookies for Stack Overflow. This is what will happen. So they will just use set cookie and delete test cookie. Okay, let's see like how we can create these cookies and how we can test with this. Just go back to your application. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So in cookies, so we can create two ways, guys. One is using the views itself. In the views.py itself, we can just create one new class-based views, and we can just simply pass that. Or else we can use directly our settings.py here. In settings for in here middleware is the right session here. Here we can create one more for that, and we can just simply give here. Suppose if you use, so this is the, if you ever using this settings.py file, your cookies class, the cookies session, it will be accept for every app. So here we have created only one app. It might be if you create different apps, for that one, the cookies will support with every app. Suppose if you want to work with only single app cookies, by in this views only, we can just create that one. We'll just see both. So first of all, to work with that, we have to import a few things, guys. So, okay, let's try to import those things. Okay, I'll just stop the server. I don't want to run this every time. So here, I'm just going to create one class, guys. So base class session, I'm just giving like this. Anything, any name you can give. So here we have to import one main thing, guys, that is a view. That is a view name we have to give. So here, from where we can use, from Django dot views only. Import view, this view we have to import. So what is the use of me? Let me show you that. Now I just inherit that view. Now just come back. So you don't need to call any model. So we're not working with the models here. Now just create this one. So how to call our cookies now? So Django have built-in features, that is the built-in functions methods. Sorry, built-in function that is called set cookies, test set cookies, and delete cookies. So now we're going to use only this one. Let's see how it works. Set test cookie. So here, to work with that, we have to use a request, guys. With the request only, we can do this one. So now here, request dot session dot and set test cookie. Set test cookie is a function. Okay, it is prompting me something. Do I need to import something else? So one sec, guys. Request dot session dot set cookie. Okay, let me take some variable equals to. No, it's not possible. Okay, one sec, guys. Small confusion with this. Yeah, let me open my project. So okay, dispatch. Okay, we have to open one more function. Okay, fine. So in our request will take that. Okay, let me take. So here by default, we have to use a function called the dispatch, this one. With this dispatch, we can directly call this cookie. See, whenever I just click on dispatch, automatically it is giving everything. See the request, it will take arguments and key arguments. For now, we can just eliminate that one. You don't need to give anything. So here, you need to pass that request here. See, this request, you need to set the cookies for that. Okay, let's try to do that. So now I'll just, in this function, what I'm doing here, request. So we have this variable, right? Request dot session dot set test cookie, this one. So here we're just setting the cookies for our browser. I'm just giving comment like this to understand. So what is happening? So this request session will set the cookie ID every time. So meanwhile, let me open my SQL also. Yes, this one will create small confusion also, but listen carefully while in the video also, just to practice this session multiple times, then only you can remember easily. Local instance. On which database we are using settings. EPPC. This one, okay. So use app CBV DB. So one more thing, sorry. Show tables, let me show you that. So here you can see at the end, there is a Django session, right? Here, the complete cookie IDs will be stored in this table. For now, let me show you that before running this application again from Django, sorry. Sorry, select. So now we have multiple things. Okay, I think maybe already worked on, or like, did I run the script? No, right, I didn't run any script. Okay, but why, how it is created success, this one? How it has created the sessions, man. Okay, this was created long back. Okay, fine. Okay, see on the date on 11th, not today is 13. Okay. It is 20, expiring. Oh, okay, fine, fine. This is expiring date. Okay, that's fine. Let's talk about this is the way we can just set the cookies for your browser. Okay, no, this is fine. Now, once you've created the base class, this one, we have to inherit this each cookie class in our views here. This is our class-based views, right? We have to inherit. So for each URL, so this is the way we can just create the cookies for view every views. Yeah. So this is one way. Just can see that in the views as well as the, if you want to do, we don't want to do like we don't want to create this class base in all the apps. Suppose in your project, just assume in your project might be some 10s or 20 applications will be there. So for each application, if you want to create like this, it create confusion, right? So for that, what we'll do in the settings itself, we'll just create that one. So I'll just show you that as well. Both I'll show you like how we can do. So the base class session is created here. It is done. Now just paste. So whenever it calls this super class, this one, the base class session, it will create, that means it will set the cookie for each and URLs. So whenever I hit different URLs, you will just see in the database also here. Also. Now we have only 2 records, right? Now when I click on different URLs, that is student list or a student create or student update, here it will create the session IDs. We'll just see that. Hope it is good now. Okay, let me verify before that. So after return super dispatch request, everything is okay, fine. Here by directly here on this patch request just calling okay one object instead of return. Okay, directly it's fine. You don't need to deal with that. So we can create object for this superclass dispatch method, or else like we can create object for that and just return that response. Okay, that's fine. Anything is possible. Okay, now this is okay, good. Now just run your server. Okay, the server is up and running. Sorry. Go back to your URL. Okay, now if we just sorry. See, if I just hit on this one, it has one URL, right? And now just go pair database. Okay, is it to create it? Okay, let's see. And let me click on this one. Just run if it is created or not. Okay, it might not created yet. Where it is creating any confusion or like base class view, everything set cookies. Okay, everything is successfully done. Then what's problem? See, set the cookies fine. No base class cookies. Okay, this is fine. This class view detail view, everything is fine. Then why? What's wrong with this? Okay, let's see, guys. Back to list, add student. Just create one more thing. Let's see. Okay, let me do that. It is working the same database or different database. Means I need to verify that once. App cbvdb only. Okay. And why it's not creating the sessions? Okay. It is creating and it is creating. Okay, let me delete sessions one sec. Alter. Sorry, alter table. So this alter table, what will do? It will just remove the complete records, right, from a database or from table. Okay. Okay. Still, it has. If you drop means it will delete the complete dot table. Sorry, not alter. Is that command, guys? I even forgot that. One sec. I'm a little confused as well along with you. So request set successfully set, then delete it. Okay, this is just directly deleting. We're just deleting. Everything is fine. Response is okay. What's wrong with this? Do I missing any mistake? Like settings. Let's go back to settings. Secret key is fine. Just allow sessions. Okay, fine. This session engines. Okay, let's find. Sorry, guys. So these two things we need to set. Suppose or these three things. Sorry. Yeah. I forgot to add. Where is the settings.py file? Come back on the top wherever you can see after allowed hours. You can just press this one. So what this one? Session engine means just we have to give the Django contribution sessions backends and DB. If you use this one only, it will save that records in the database. Okay, not see. Just save it. Now it is refreshing. Okay, now just hit any URLs. Let me explain you that. What are those? Come back, update URLs. Now just like 99.9 only. Create. Okay, everything is fine. Now just go back to your database. Remove this one. See, now this one has changed, right? See, now earlier it was just like something else. Now it has changed. Why? Because see, what is date today? 30 side. See here, I have given 30 means here means 30 means just like seconds. Suppose if we want to give like more than 2 to 3 days means how many seconds for each day? Yeah, it's 86,000 something. I'm not exact. Let me do that. Calc C. For each hour, it will be 3,600 seconds into 24. 86,400. Okay, let me give 86,400. So this seconds. So it will be like 1 day. The cookie expiration is 1 day. Now here, see, when I've given 30, see here, today's date 28, and after 30 seconds, it is just locally expired. So now set, okay, everything is fine. Now just, oh, sorry, I changed it here. Oh, sorry, guys. Here, need to change that into 86,400. Let me explain you these three variables in the settings, why we have given this one. Now, if I just go to hit any URL, I'll update details, just update A8 or something like that. Okay, everything is fine. Now just go back to your Django sessions. See here, it has created one more and see this one, 29. So this is a new session, the new ID has created, and what is the expiration date? It is the next day from today onwards till tomorrow, almost 12:45. The expiration date will be created. Yeah. So this is 12:46. So tomorrow 12:45 the cookie will be expired. So we can just give. So I just told you right for Stack Overflow. So whenever I hit the same browser, it is not asking me. But how means so that's why. So they will give for years and 2 years, 3 years. Depends on their application. How many days they want to keep the session ID to alive. So this is way. So let me explain this one. What are these things? So this session cookie age, this variable, we have to directly give like this in the settings.py file. This one, expiration date. Here we have to always give in the seconds format. So here session expired at cookie browser close false. Why? Because see, when I just close this browser, if I just, I think this one will go out. Okay, let me open that into this one, guys. Here. See, in this incognito mode, right? Look, now let me hit the same URL here. Student details, and just go back to here. Delete any student. Confirm. Okay, it is deleted. Now just come back to database. So now it has created one more, right? The social cookie ID. So it is like it will create the new things. So that means whenever if you hit your URLs, the same session IDs will be created every time. Because we have just only set function, but here in Django request we have two more things. One is set cookie, delete test cookie, and test set cookie, whether cookie is worked or not. So we'll just show you that as well. For now, we just use only set test cookie. That means the connection is successful. Now, if you run any time, the cookie always will be this one only. It never create a new one thing. Okay, now this is fine. So this is about setting this one. So now session expired. That means the cookie should expire at a browser close. Suppose whenever I close that incognito mode, the URL will be closed, right? That time, if I just keep this one, the session cookie also will be deleted automatically. But that's why I just given false. That means whenever I close this incognito mode, the ID will be present the same way. Let me close this one and open the this one again. I close that and I just open the incognito mode again. Hit the same URL. ఎంత స్లోగా ఉంది అప్లికేషన్ చేస్తే okay, click on that, back to student details. Okay, let's go back to database again. See, it is created new ones because that one has set the false, right? So that's why if you just put a true means every time that session ID will be deleted automatically from your database. So that is about one variable. That this session engine means, so now I just forget to add this one, right? That's why the database, the session ID is not adding that. So now if we want to add any session details, we have to just give like this session engine. So here we need to save. That means this is the one Django contribution and the sessions and backends and DB. This is the database. So in this database, Django knows where you need to save that session details. That means in the Django session. So let's remember, when you're running that make migrations, by starting itself, when you're creating migrations, after that migrate, it will creating some things, right? The few tables, that tables, these are the ones. So Django session. This migrations will discuss about this later, these other things. So user permission, everything. For now, just discuss about Django session. This session will store the complete cookie details or session IDs every time. So now let's try to delete this test cookie also. As soon as if I just click on this one, and if I'll just give this session ID for only one thing. Where is that? Yeah. So now just go back to your this one. Now just verify how we can verify the cookie has set or not. So this one, we have one function called test set, test cookie worked. If you use this function, if the result is true, then only it will come back and it will, like, here we'll just use one if condition. Let me show you that. If request dot session dot test cookie worked or not. So if I just use this function, so just normally this, suppose if we want to verify AB equals to this one, just give this one. Don't give anything. Just print AB, just to see. And next, if just use the same function, we use the same function. Now inside that, so once say suppose once if you suppose if you want to delete the cookies, you don't want to save that in database, and if you want to delete here, you can just pass that function, that is delete test cookie or something like that. That function, sorry, exact function name is delete test cookie. Okay, this one. So you can just use this one, request dot session dot delete this one, just delete test cookie. Suppose here, if it is true, then only it will come inside here, right? So let's see. Now I just, okay, the server is up and running. Now we just hit any, here, let me hit here only, 4, and go back to student deals. Okay, everything is fine. Now just see, here it should be only 5. always 5 only, right? Because I hit it the same URL multiple times in incognito mode. Let's see in the output what it is here. True. Why true means this one. This request a session test cookie. That cookie is working. So that's why AB is printing true. That's why, see, after that testing cookie is working fine, true, then only deleting actually. So this is how a few applications will do. Whether if you want to save that session IDs with them or like you want to delete. So sometimes applications people are working like Stack Overflow, WI3, and so W3, Java T points and all, right? Such applications, they will keep their session IDs alive. And like maybe depends on like years and their application, whether how many years they want to keep like connection alive. So they will, sometimes I don't prefer they will use expiry date at all. So this is the one, see. In the database, now we'll discuss about this one. Session key. Every time if you hit the application, it will create the session key, this one, this session key, and this session data. What is the data related to this one? The section key, complete related information, this one, and expiry date. Only 3 columns we have in Django, that's it. So here it is showing that. So other things, it is just showing the same data. Why? Because here I have set the timings here. Session cookie age, how many days? Suppose if I just change this to just 30 seconds, let me change that. It's 30 seconds only. And for now, I just want to delete these two things because I didn't want to delete the cookie, right? So I just want to set the cookie expiration date is only 30 seconds. Okay, now automatically service up and running. Now just click on 4, update something here. 9, create. Okay, it is updated successfully. Now just come back here. Now just run this one. See, 72. Okay, after just wait for 32 seconds, for a few minutes. Let's see. Just wait for 30 seconds and they'll see whether it will show up the expiration or not. I think 30 seconds are done, I guess. Okay, let's see. Now just refresh. I think it is done, I guess. Okay, let me verify that. Suppose now if I hit the same URL, it will create in one more record. Now see, just to see this database. See, remember this timing, 772 32, right? Okay, now let's refresh. Or I just like hit another URL. When I just come back, refresh. See, it is created one more session ID because that cookie was just expired automatically. Why? Because we are given 30 seconds only. That's the way we can set your cookie ID, like how much time if you want to expire that. If you hit it the same again, it will create new more session ID. So that's why most of the applications, they will never give expiry date within 13 seconds only. They will give more than 1 year or 2 years, 3 years, depends. So this is about complete session ID, guys. So any doubts in this one? So what is the session ID and how we can use? So like on Tuesday, we're going to discuss about the globally how we can give. Instead of for one, suppose here we have only one application, that's fine. Now if you have almost 20 to 30 applications are there in my project, that time I can't create same class this one, right? So that time what I will do, I just directly in settings, I will give, it will, that session will be automatically assigned to all the applications that is called globally. So this is the way how the normal applications will do. So this is one way we have, and this one also one way we have. Let's discuss that on Tuesday. So any questions regarding this one or any doubts? Mm. Ah, same. బట్ ఏమంటే బట్ వీ విల్ క్రియేట్ వన్ మోర్ పివై ఫైల్, దట్ వన్ సెషన్ అని ఇంకో పివై ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాము. దాన్ని మనము సెట్టింగ్స్ అనే పివై ఫైల్కి అసైన్ చేస్తాం అది. సో అప్పుడు అది గ్లోబల్గా వర్క్ అవుతుంది అది. సో ఇది కన్ఫ్యూజన్ కానీ ఇది ఇప్పుడు ఎలా వర్క్ చేసి, సారీ, ఓకే దెన్ ఫైన్, తెలుగులోకి జస్ట్ స్టాప్ ది రికార్డింగ్.